What is going on, Pokemon community? It is Achilles018 here, and today I'll be giving you everything you need to know about the legendary Galarian Birds. We will be reviewing all the Sword and Shield expansion pass trailers with emphasis on the intriguing Galarian forms of Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. So what do we know about these birds? Our first glimpse at these menacing birds was in the form of concept art in one of the earliest expansion pass DLC trailers. In it, we got a storyboard-style representation of the legendary birds, with a few different poses for each bird, seemingly to point toward unique abilities or signature moves that each of these three legends would come to possess. The Crown Tundra DLC, set to release in late 2020, will be the home of our feathered friends. As tradition demands, we'll be reviewing these legendary Pokemon in order by Pokedex number. Looking very satisfied to be going first, we have Galarian Articuno. Speaking of the Pokedex, let's take an early look, shall we? Articuno, the cruel Pokemon, a psychic and flying type. Though cold and callous in personality, it moves in a highly refined manner. It keeps itself airborne through constant use of its psychic powers, almost never flapping its wings. This Pokemon battles using intense psychic powers that act directly on the cells of living beings. The beams of psychic energy fired from its eyes have a particularly potent effect. The slightest touch of these beams leaves the victim totally immobilized, as if frozen. The Pokemon finishes off immobilized opponents using the condensed psychic powers of its wings. Pretty cool, no pun intended. I think it's awesome that there is a callback to the ice typing of Cantonian Articuno despite this form's primary psychic typing. Galarian Articuno will have the competitive ability in battle, which raises the special attack stat by 2 stages whenever it's lowered. This will help bolster the strength of Articuno's signature move, Freezing Glare, a psychic type special move in which the Pokemon attacks by firing psychic power from both its eyes. This move may also leave the target frozen. Spooky. Sends a chill down my spine just thinking about it. Next up is the recently grounded Zapdos. Before we get into the Pokedex and data for Zapdos, I want to call out a significant development for Zapdos in Galar. In Kanto, Zapdos was largely viewed as the best of the Cantonian legendary birds. Part of this thought process is due to its typing, but let's zoom in a bit further and look at its typing compared to its counterparts. In isolation, only looking at the 3 birds, Zapdos was unique in that, unlike the 3 starters for example that had a strength to one counterpart and a weakness to another, the legendary birds followed no such balance, and Zapdos had a typing advantage over not one, but both of its avian partners due to its electric typing. In Galar, it seems the scales have been flipped, and with Zapdos' fighting typing, it's now vulnerable to both Articuno's psychic attacks as well as Moltres' flying attacks. Maybe Articuno and Moltres are looking forward to some payback. Now let's review the Pokedex and see what we can learn about Galarian Zapdos. Zapdos, the strong legs Pokemon, a fighting and flying type. This belligerent, battle-hungry Pokemon seems unable to resist challenging Pokemon it senses may be stronger than itself. In battle, this Pokemon overwhelms opponents with speedy movements and ferocious kicks using its naturally mighty legs. When it leaps down from cliffs and rocky mountainsides in ultra-high-speed zigzag movements, it's said to resemble a bolt of lightning. However, its wings seem to have atrophied, and it appears to be a poor flyer. In battle, Zapdos will possess the Defiant ability, which raises physical attacks 2 stages when it's lowered. Once again, this will come in handy when Zapdos uses its signature move, Thunderous Kick, a fighting-type physical move that overwhelms the target with lightning-like movement before delivering a kick, which also lowers the target's defense stat, which would mean that this move will deal more damage each time it's used on a single Pokemon. Finally, we have Galarian Moltres. Pokedex, once more please. Moltres, the malevolent Pokemon, a dark and flying type. It has a haughty personality and conducts itself calmly according to its own whims. It exudes the energy churning within its body as an aura akin to a column of raging fire, leaving ordinary Pokemon unable to even approach it. It is especially skilled at attacking opponents' minds by spreading its wings wide and unleashing a wicked aura. Opponents hit by such attacks are overcome with deep fatigue, as if all of their energy has been burned away. In battle, Moltres will have access to its Berserk ability, which boosts this Pokemon's special attack stat when it takes a hit that causes its HP to become half or less, which could potentially turn the tides of battle. Its signature move is Fiery Wrath. In this Dark-type special move, Moltres transforms its Wrath into a fire-like aura to attack. This may also make opposing Pokemon flinch. All three of these legendary birds are described by the Pokédex as being migratory, in that each of them come to the Crown Tundra once every few decades, and it looks like our timing couldn't be more perfect. So that's all we know, but here's some speculation to add to the mix. We continue to see these Pokemon in artwork and trailers within the vicinity of this tree, which I have officially named the Ice Cream Tree, that seems to bear large fruit. Perhaps this tree and the fruit it bears is of some vital importance to them? As we know they are migratory birds and come to the Crown Tundra every few decades, maybe the fruit only grows during this time frame? Or perhaps it's constantly growing, but that it takes a few decades to ripen? Are they fighting each other because only one can have the fruit? These are questions still left unanswered for the time being, but hopefully we'll know more soon. These Pokemon have sometimes been mistaken for their previously discovered forms, but their physiology is more than enough to separate them from any Pokemon we've seen before. Get ready, trainers, because Galar still has more to give us, and perhaps it's even saving the best bits for last. And that's everything you need to know about the Galarian Legendary Birds. Did I leave anything out? What are your thoughts on the Galarian legends? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. That's all for me, and I'll see you again soon with more Pokemon content.